Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be comparing some cell cameras, and we're going to see which one is the most budget friendly and which one I recommend you guys adding to your arsenal for this coming deer season. Every factor that we're going to look at today is just my personal preference, so this may be different for you, and you may be able to use the other cameras that I don't recommend here, and it may work out better for you, but this is my personal preference here comparing these three cameras. The first camera that we're going to be comparing today is the GardePro X50S. Our second camera is going to be the Moultrie Edge 2. The third camera is going to be the SKYPOINT Link Microlight. Now these three cameras are just cameras that I have purchased and I have, so that's the only reason for comparison. They are cheaper, they are more budget friendly, and that is going to be the main point today. So the first category today is going to be comparing the camera itself and the price. So I gave the GardePro X50S a 5 out of 5 on this one. It is $47.49 on Amazon. You can get them in other places, but that's the easiest. And you just really can't beat the price for a cell camera. The overall design and the layout and the software and everything about it is probably my favorite of all the cameras I own. And the fact that you can get at a good price like this and it being a cell camera is just a bonus. But probably my favorite point about this camera is that you can put an SD card into it and remove it and look at the pictures like a normal trail camera. That's probably my favorite. You know, there's going to be points during the season where I'm not using the cellular feature, and it's nice to just have a camera that isn't just useless when you're not using it as a cell camera. So because of that, this gets a 5 out of 5 for me. Up next is the Moultrie Edge 2. This camera is $64.99 on Amazon. In fact, as I'm filming this now, they are going on sale and having specials running because the newer models are coming out. So that makes it even more enticing. I really like the layout of the camera. I really like the software and the app and pretty much everything about it. The way the antenna tucks down is also one of my favorite features on it. It's nice to just throw in the truck without worrying about it. So the Moultrie Edge 2 is going to get a 4 out of 5 for me on this one. The SKYPOINT Link Microlight is up next. You can get this for $79.93 at Rural King. They don't really make these anymore. They kind of discontinued them and came out with their other models. I have two of these that I run, and I've had them for several years now. It was my first cell camera, so that's part of the reason why I'm going to be going through this. I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 because even though the camera is small and sleek, which is the whole point, overall it's not as appealing to me as the other ones. I don't mind having a slightly bigger camera. I think the overall attention to making it smaller made it lack on a few other points. The overall software and everything else is nothing to brag home about. So overall, it's a good camera. It's a good cell camera, but the fact that it's discontinued, the fact that it's the most expensive of these three that we're talking about, and the fact that, you know, we are talking about budget-friendly cameras here, this is going to get 3 out of 5 for me. So up next, we're going to be talking about cell plan price. So the GardePro runs a $15 a month premium offer, a $10 a month standard offer, and a $7 a month basic offer. For the premium offer, you get unlimited photos and unlimited video seconds, and you can add a camera at $11 each. For the standard, you get 1,500 photos or 15,000 video seconds, and you can add a camera at $7 a camera. And the basic, you get 500 photos and 15,000 video seconds, and you can add a camera at $5. So for the basic on this one, 500 pictures, for the most part, that works pretty well for me. You know, I'm not putting these in the middle of food plots where I'm going to have deer standing in front of the camera for, you know, 40 minutes just setting it off. I usually set these cameras on trails and crossing points, access points. So 500 pictures a month is usually plenty for me. But even at the $10 standard version for 1,500 pictures, there's no way I would ever hit that limit. So for $10 a month, you really can't beat the extra amount of pictures. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 10 as well. Like I said, you can't beat the amount of pictures you're getting for a price, $10 a month for 1,500 is what I go with, and it works out pretty great for me compared to the other ones. I mean, $10 a month is great. Okay, up next is the Moultrie. They have a premium offer which has unlimited images and 50 videos for $34.99 a month with $8 additional camera charge. They have an unlimited for $16.99, and that's also unlimited pictures with 50 videos. And they have the standard, which is $9.99 a month for 1,000 images and 10 videos a month. And you can buy additional images and videos at an additional cost. So I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 because for the same price as the GardePro, you're getting less images. And whenever you want to download videos on the standard, you actually subtract from your image count. So that's kind of a different way of doing it. I don't think that the GardePro has any issues, and comparatively speaking, the Moultrie is just not as efficient, in my opinion, as far as price. And if you wanted to go all the way up to the unlimited and the premium, you're going to pay more than you would for the GardePro. And last, we have the SKYPOINT. They have the premium for $15 a month, the standard for $10 a month, which comes with 1,000 images, and the basic, which is $5 a month and 250 photos. I'm giving this a 4. I think it's a little better than the Moultrie because you have a little bit better of options there. The 250, if you know you're going to put this maybe on a field edge or something where you're only going to get maybe 5 pictures a day, 10 pictures a day in a low traffic area, and you're just trying to see what's crossing property lines, that is going to be the best option for you. At $5 a month, I mean, you can't beat that. Or if you want to go up to the standard, you're going to be paying the same price and getting the same quality as the other ones. So I think this is in the same ballpark as the Moultrie, just slightly better options and versatility for you. Up next, we're going to be looking at the app and the cellular connection between the camera and your phone. So on the GardePro, I am calling the app good. I definitely think there are some things about it that could be a little bit better, but overall, it's a good app. It has great usability, and it's easy to filter between your species, between your cameras, several different other options. So overall, it's a good app. I have no issues with the app. So I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 because the connection is noticeably worse than the other 2 cameras. When I'm putting this in an area where I normally have no issues even just being on my phone or other cell cameras, it was not sending me images. It would send them maybe every 3 days in bulk, which is okay, but I had it set for once a day and I wasn't getting them when I was getting them on the SKYPOINT. So the connection is not the greatest. You know, if you're putting this in an area right next to a cell tower, you're going to be perfectly fine, but otherwise it's worth considering. The Moultrie, I'm also calling the app good. I have no issues with the app. It's pretty much the same as a GardePro. No issues, good usability. Everything from that standpoint is right on par with everything else. The connection on this one, on the other hand, compared to the GardePro, is great. I have had no issues. I put it in an area where I actually get bad cell service on my phone, and it was sending images no problem. So the connection on this one is the best that I have. The SKYPOINT is going to get a 4 because it's right in the middle. It also has a good app, easy to use, no problems with that, and the connection is good. There have been some times where I have noticed a little bit of an issue, but they were in bad cell areas and I knew it. So there's really nothing to drive home about. Compared to the Moultrie was sending images in bad areas. This one's sending every now and then or getting delayed in some bad areas. So nothing really to worry about if you have or want to buy one of these. Just a little bit of consideration goes into where you're putting it and how good the service is in general. For image quality, we're going to look at the GardePro here. The quality is 640 by 360 when you're sending it cellularly. If you want to download HD images, you can do $5 for 50, which is a pretty good price. I'm giving this a 4. When we're looking at some of these images here in the low light, dusk and dawn, you definitely notice a difference compared to either bright daylight or nighttime. The quality is not perfect. It's good enough to know what you're looking at, but still, if you're going to be using this in the middle of season and you want to know, which buck is where and where they're moving. You want to have better quality during the night and dusk and dawn. Otherwise, the camera puts out good pictures. It has no issues with sending quality pictures back and forth. So I'm giving this a 4. The Moultrie Edge has low res when sending over cellular. And for HD pictures, you don't have to buy them. They don't have a direct cost. They're just additional subtraction from your image count, which is similar to how I mentioned the video portion before. When you're looking at these images, there's no issues with this at all. I really like the quality that it sends. I really like the shutter speed. You don't have any of that blurry image when the deer are moving unless they're running. And overall, I think the quality of these images is probably the best out of the 3. And last, for the SKYPOINT, this also sends low res for cellular, and it's the same as a GardePro, $5 for 50 high definition pictures. I'm giving this a 3 because similar to the GardePro, the low light and dusk and dawn images are even worse than the GardePro. I mean, there are times where I don't even know what I'm looking at on some of these images, depending on the light outside. It really has been disappointing a couple of times when I'm pretty sure I'm looking at my target buck, but I have no idea because the images is too bad of quality. So this one's going to have to get a 3 from me, solely because you got to be able to deliver better quality pictures than this, even on its highest capabilities. Okay, the last factor we're going to talk about is the battery life for these. So the GardePro, it has 8 batteries, and overall it's pretty average. If you're taking more pictures, it's going to run down quicker. I've noticed that if you use some of the cheaper batteries and you don't buy, the Duracell or the Energizer or even the lithium batteries, they're going to go through much quicker. That's kind of average for most cameras, especially the newer ones that are doing much better with the lithium. So this gets a 3 out of 5. It's right in the middle of the line. There's nothing to brag about as far as battery life. The Moultrie has 16 batteries built in, and as you can guess, for that many batteries, you're going to have great battery life. This is my newest camera, and I've been running these only for the last couple of weeks, maybe 6 weeks now, and I still have, over 90% battery capacity in the camera, and it's taken, several hundred pictures so far. So you can't beat 16 batteries. Even though you're paying more, it's worth it. The whole point of the cell camera is so you don't have to be going, changing cards, changing batteries, and messing up your areas. So 16 batteries, great battery life. That is the point of your cell camera. And lastly, the SKYPOINT is getting a 4. It has 8 batteries as well. And the battery life on this one is pretty average. It's good. You're not going to have any issues. I did notice that if you use cheaper batteries, it actually runs pretty much the same as if you use the expensive ones. So that is a bonus and pretty good battery life. So while we're comparing these budget cell cameras, the final score is going to go in favor of the Moultrie Edge 2, in my opinion. It's getting a 21 out of 25 compared to the GardePro with a 20 and the SKYPOINT with an 18. The Moultrie Edge 2 is definitely my favorite. Like I said, I've only been using this for a few weeks now, and immediately I notice a difference compared to the GardePro and the SKYPOINT. I'm likely going to be running these for the whole season primarily. I'm probably going to be benching the SKYPOINT this season, just in the 4 or 5 years since I purchased it. The GardePro really hits a home run compared to the SKYPOINT. It's not much of a comparison anymore. As you can see, almost on every category here, it's just last place. So the SKYPOINT is getting the boot this year. The GardePro is still one of my favorite overall designs. Like I said, I really love the fact that you can just use it as a regular cell camera. In the off season, I still like to run cameras, but I'm not going to run a cell camera in the off season. So this is really getting sidelined at that point, and I can still use the GardePro. So all in all, the Moultrie Edge 2 is the clear winner here. Like I said, I've only been using it for about 6-8 weeks now, and it's just blowing the other two out of the water. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope you liked the video. We're going to be trying to do some more stuff like this where we compare, take a look at budget-friendly items for people, because we're always trying to save a penny any way we can. So If you guys are interested in seeing more stuff like this, let me know. I was thinking about doing the same thing with some tree stands, some blinds, anything else. You guys let me know if you're interested, and we'll catch you in the next video.